Welcome to Geeks Corner. I'm Mr. Daps.
I'm Katie.
And we're so excited that you're here. And we're excited that it's Audrey's birthday. Happy birthday, Audrey.
Happy birthday, Audrey.
What should people do, Katie?
You should, this is still new to me, subscribe.
I was like, I don't even remember.
Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscribe to patreon.com/dapsmagic, where there is like a super fun pre-show to this show where we get a little crazy. We talk about Jaws sometimes. And also you should go into the the chat. Tell us who you think the Muppet of the Week is going to be this week.
Mhm.
This week, it was a penguin that I don't remember the name of.
So we'll talk about Muppets.
Thanks, Dad. Thanks, Mr. Daps. Thank you, Mr. Daps. Thanks, man. Thanks, Mr. Daps. Thank you, Mr. Daps. Thanks, man.
All right. Who do you think this coming week we are going to get?
I'm going to say, is it Fufu? Is it Frou-Frou? The dog.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because I can't say Gloria Estefan again. I don't think we're going to get a penguin 2 weeks in a row.
Oh, that's actually a good call. That would be cool, though. Because then you could have Eugene this week.
Yeah.
That would be also good. I'm going to go back to Bobo the Bear.
Okay.
Because that would be great. I see New Zealand. I see Stadler and Waldorf. Wherever he went, there we go. And
I do agree that next week
in 2 weeks
is Sam Eagle.
Yeah, and then Sam Eagle is coming up as well. Yeah, we will see. We can hope. I do think it's funny. We saw in Disneyland a couple weeks ago the first Muppet magnet that I've seen in the wild.
Yeah.
And that was pretty cool. But we went to try to get one, and it turned out to be a rather difficult thing to do at the beginning of this, because we were like, oh, we're gonna get one for Lou was week number 2. Oops.
Oh. See, this is the other problem, is it's really hard to keep up.
It is. We need like a cool
spreadsheet.
Yeah, or like
graphic.
I'm thinking a graphic. Like we could just have like up here, you can see all the ones that haven't been done.
Haven't? There's a lot of Muppets.
Well, like all the ones that are, I don't know. Excellent question. To
say?
I don't know, but it was a hard thing to get those. So
also, I need to pull up what the official name of the Muppet of the Week is, because I know it's an orchestra penguin.
The conductor, right?
I think so.
I'm spacing his name at the moment.
Oh, it is Nicky Napoleon.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He is the orchestra conductor.
But I do think it's funny as you're looking at the social media this week. I am not convinced that it's always Nicky Napoleon that they're showing, because they've also had some like random penguin stuff they've been
showing.
I'm like,
penguins sometimes.
I'm like, maybe we'll see. And yeah,
you're like, is that actually a picture of him?
Mm-hmm. Because if you go by that logic, maybe he's the one that was playing, is it trumpet that gets sucked up during Muppet Vision?
No, because he's the conductor.
I know, but I said by using that logic,
I know, but
he could also be the trumpet player if they're just going by whatever. Anyway, that's the excitement we've got for Muppets this week. Other exciting things happening this week, well, it'll be at the end of this week, I believe, is that Lightning Lane multipass. Pirates of the Caribbean are saying goodbye to.
Thank goodness.
Okay, I was just about to ask you, what do you think of this? So
I think that it has been temporarily in place for long enough.
Do you know when it went into temporarily?
January
of 2024. Yes.
Oh goodness me, oh my.
Because it was when Haunted Mansion closed.
Yeah, wow.
And the Haunted Mansion's been back for almost a year now.
Goodness me. So a year and a half of temporary. I think, and I don't think I'm saying anything controversial, I just think that sometimes adding Lightning Lane to things artificially inflates the wait times.
I think that's a scientific fact.
It is a scientific fact.
I'm like,
but
that is exactly how this works. There's only so many people that can go on the attraction, and this inflates the standby line. And it's what it is. Like sometimes that's good, sometimes it's bad. It just is. I am personally glad in this particular attraction, especially, that it's going away, just because I'm hoping that means, especially for like 4th of July and then whenever it gets busy, really busy again, it's nice to be able to just walk around New Orleans Square
Mhm.
and not have the line going all the way up and down or
All the
whatever.
way.
And I feel like they've had a hard time with that. So I think this will be a major improvement, and I'm glad they did it. I feel like that means that guests are being listened to right now. Hopefully.
I agree with what Chris says, though, that the congestion it caused was irresponsible.
It's a trick. Yeah, it totally is.
Because you literally can't walk from in front of Pirates to like Royal Street Veranda or like anything in there. Like you just can't get.
So here's a controversial question.
Oh boy, howdy.
Or an idea or whatever. What do you think would happen? Like the world might implode. I don't know.
Oh no.
This is not a business question.
I'm
This
scared.
is literally just a scientific academic question.
Okay.
For let's say 1 week, Disney does a test and they get rid of all forms of Lightning Lane Multipass, Lightning Lane Premier Pass, or any other form of Fast Pass.
Mhm.
So literally, the only way you are getting in the attraction is waiting in line,
Mhm.
or if you're DOS, and then you're basically waiting out of line and then showing up at the right time. What do you think would happen? Like, I think that'd be fascinating to see.
I mean, I think that we recognize that wait times would be lower
For some things.
for some things, but also those people have to go somewhere. So unless we are lowering park capacity, which I think at some level would have to happen.
Would it?
Yeah. Because if a queue can now only handle.
Well, it would be like the old days where you just go to a different queue.
Except there's 2 sides of the queue. So now there would be an entire unused side of the queue.
No, because you'd open them both up. Like in theory, for a lot of them, I think you could do that.
So I think it'd be interesting. It would literally never happen.
I feel like touring plans, like Len Test over there, would be like, oh, this is what would happen.
Yeah.
So if you know Len, ask him what would happen if they got rid of all of those.
Please know, or like ask about some algorithm that exists.
Yeah, I just think that's a fascinating idea, is because that would be like when we were kids, and that would be an interesting thing to see. And
well, when I was a kid, it was paper.
And then they'd come up with this thing called a Fast Pass, and yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah, paper Fast Passes were a big thing when I was a kid.
What is one attraction that you think should not, besides Pirates, have Lightning Lane?
Dumbo. I know it doesn't. Does it?
I don't think so.
Oh god,
I'd have to look at my attraction.
Oh my gosh, if it did, that'd be a bad.
Or what
idea.
is one that you think should have it that maybe doesn't?
I don't know that I think that anything should have Lightning Lane added to it.
Okay.
I
agree with Chris. Monsters should not have it.
Oh man. I mean, now she's in her twilight days.
I wouldn't have it for Monsters. I probably wouldn't have it for Little Mermaid. Like, I feel like it falsely inflates the line. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see.
For sure.
Okay. Moving on over to Walt Disney World, we learned this week the times for Disney Starlight, that new magical nighttime parade that is coming in just a few short weeks at Walt Disney World, and they will be at 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock. And the other interesting thing about that, so it'll be 9 o'clock, goes from Main Street to Frontierland, 11 o'clock, Main Street to Frontierland, 10 o'clock, fireworks. So that will be the nighttime schedule at Magic Kingdom. What do you think of this schedule?
I think it is a great time to go to Walt Disney World and be a Disney Parks fan, because I think that when there is more nighttime entertainment, I think that guests win. And like to get to see, obviously there has to be 2 nighttime. Well, there doesn't have to be 2 nighttime parades, but I think that when there's 2 nighttime parades, that's really fun. I think you're rewarding the people that are willing to stay for the second nighttime parade. Because if you're willing to like close out the parks, you get a little treat. And And I also think that having happily ever after in between, for the people that don't want to stay, get the get the parade, get the pyro, you get to call it a night. Wonderful.
So odds are the second one's going to be the one to watch.
I think so.
It'll be interesting to see too how the viewing area for Happily Ever After evolves for this, because you think of like all the photographers standing on Main Street with their tripods an hour and a half, 2 hours before the fireworks start. Well, that can't happen anymore because you're probably going to have a half hour. It could create some opportunity to get really good viewing if you time it right. Like you sneak in right behind the parades, plop on Main Street at the top of that hump, and like you might get some really good spots. It could also make it very hard if you're not watching first parade to get a really good spot if you're not already in the hub, which is kind of parade viewing. Like it could create it'll create a completely different way of doing Magic Kingdom at night.
Yeah.
Which I think is great. I think it's also brilliant that it's going from Main Street to Frontierland, because it's going to pull people away from the front of the park, especially for closing. But for both parades, like even for Pyro, you're not going to worry about the entire funnel effect of everybody coming in towards Main Street. I think that is very wise. I also think it's wise, even though I'm not sure if it's completely fixing the problem, is the whole annual pass holders can't get in. Normally you can get in after 2:00, except for on the weekends. That's going away.
Starting July 20th.
Yeah. And the thing that I don't think is going away is you could go to Epcot first, take the monorail over and just come in. Or you could go to, like, park hopping still available. So I'm curious to see how that plays out. Because I almost feel like if you want to be lazy at the end of the night, the way you play it is you show up mid-afternoon, park at TTC, take the monorail down to Epcot, enjoy an hour or two, get some food, go back to Magic Kingdom for the evening, enjoy whatever nighttime entertainment you want, and then your car's right there to go home.
It's true.
Like that seems like
bingo, bango, bongo.
That seems like the winning move to me, but I don't know. We will see. We also now have, moving on over to Disney Plus, Frozen, the hit Broadway musical, is now streaming on Disney Plus. It is a pro shot of the film, or of the musical, that was taken in London's West End. And what did you think of it?
This is a Disney version of SNL's The Californians. A great sketch, by the way. So Frozen, the musical, we put on. You were making dinner, and I was like, oh, I'll get some housework done, whatever. I'm not going to pay a ton of attention to this. And then I found myself sitting on the couch, enamored. And I was like, oh, it's just going to be like an extended Frozen Live at the Hyperion that they made into 2 hours. It's very good. And I did not think I was going to say that. So you can't just be like, oh, Katie just likes it because it's a Disney musical. No.
When you're not a huge Frozen fan either, are you?
I like Frozen.
But are you a huge fan? Like you're not like
Frozen fan,
not like my niece, or
no, I'm not. Like, I'm not your.
You're
niece.
Not in that generation that's like Frozen everything.
No.
Yeah. I'm agreeing with you. That wasn't a yes, you are.
Interesting.
So you liked it. You're enamored with it.
Yeah.
How did you feel? Like, give us a quick review.
Really pretty. Did I cry? No. Which Frozen 2 I've only seen once, but Show Yourself from Frozen 2 makes me cry like every time.
Okay.
I think it's beautiful. I think they've added 12 songs. I think the songs they added work really, really well. The only thing I was missing, and everybody's had to hear me rant about it, is it's a reprise. I can't think of what it's a reprise of, but it's actually we're not. What do you mean we're not?
Oh,
Arendelle's in deep, 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 deep snow.
Yeah.
My favorite.
It's For the First Time in Forever. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It's the First Time in Forever reprise.
Yeah.
I was like, I know it's a reprise of something. I just can't think of what it is. That's one of my favorite songs from the original Frozen. And yeah, I don't know. Everything else, great. I love Hugo. I think that's actually probably my favorite edition was Hugo.
It is a good edition.
It's really fun.
So I saw this at the Pantages when it was touring, and that was one moment that definitely stood out to me was Hugo. I was like, what is this and why isn't it in the first movie?
It's wild.
It's hilarious. Like, it's brilliant. I thought in this version, in summer was brilliant.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
like Olaf is fantastic, both physically and performance wise. Like, I thought the way they built him in this was wonderful. Technology was great. Like on the stage, the acting and the singing was really good. Like, from what I'm a fairly, I don't know, particular critic when it comes to musicals and music in general, and there was only one note that I heard that was pretty much missed. And even then it wasn't missed, it was just too low for the singer, and so he didn't nail it either. Like, it was just kind of like, yeah, you kind of hit it. And for the whole thing, decent. My biggest complaint, like, I give it 2 thumbs up, but my biggest complaint was some of the lighting for the cameras was off. And that was a production issue, not a like, that was not a in-house production issue. That was the pro capture production team issue, that whoever was running their ISO was not nailing it all the way through. And I literally was like, my old team could have done that when I was in television. Like, we would have nailed that. So there's a few moments that are like, faces are too dark or faces are overexposed, and it was just kind of like, we couldn't fix that. Like, that was my little bit of a, like, it rubbed me a little bit wrong. But other than that, I thought it was fantastic, and it's very enjoyable. Definitely worth watching. I don't know that it's my favorite pro shot currently on Disney Plus. I'm trying to think of all the ones. You got Newsies, you've got Hamilton, you've got, there's another one, isn't there? I feel like there's a few of them.
Maybe.
But
I don't know.
Anyway, it's solid. It's worth watching. And if you have a kid that loves Frozen, definitely worth watching.
For sure.
And it was fun getting to watch it after going on the Frozen attraction on Elsa's Frozen Adventure, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
At Tokyo Disney Sea. So it was a good follow through. Speaking of follow throughs, we haven't done one of these in a while, but it is time. Are you ready for this, Katie?
I am.
It is time for Not So Magical Markup. That is right. It is time for Not So Magical Markup. And today, actually it was yesterday, on the Disney Store, they released the Disneyland Resort 70th celebration. Was it Vault Mickey Mouse and Maps collection?
Yeah.
It was the first interview I did at the Disneyland 70. Yeah. And it's actually, I think, one of the better collections. They're all good, but this was one of my favorites just because there was some really random fun stuff. So here's the way it's going to work is I'm going to show you something that's on Disney Store currently today. In fact, just a couple hours ago. And then we are going to guess all together what the Not So Magical Markup on the first thing I found on eBay for that same item. And if you're the only one guessing, Katie, you win, everyone. So we will see. All right. So our first thing from this new collection, which I will admit, not all of it was up on eBay yet. So I had to like search for certain things. But it's the Disneyland 70th anniversary woven shirt for adults. It's a lovely shirt. It's got a map on it. It's kind of a it's like a Roosevelt shirt or a Her Universe shirt, and it's currently going on Disney Store for $64.99, which is for these shirts about on par with what you would expect. So Katie and all of you watching at home, we see already 101 from Clocky.
$75.
Okay, $75 from Katie. Those are good guesses. The funny part is I do not remember at all, even remotely, what the actual price was. So this could be interesting. $80 from Chris.
Okay.
That's a good guess. So we got 75, 80, 101, 79. Roger's snaking in there. That's a hard guess. I wish I had like some like, oh, you gotta go higher, you gotta go lower. Okay. Can you watch the chat?
Bailey said 100.
And 100 from Bailey. Okay. I was like, in case another one pops up.
I will have the chat open though.
Thank you. All right. And the actual eBay price I'm gonna have to lift it and then tell you, is $108.99.
Oh my gosh.
$108.99. So I believe that is still Clocky with the win, even with the 110 and the 85 coming in. So wait, can we go back to this actually? Yes, we can, because I'm doing this. So what I'd like you to note here, when I went to eBay, I found this very fascinating. Would you look on the right? It says condition new, and right below it, it says select size.
Because it says 5 available, 4 sold.
It has every size. So there was multiple size. Like this person must have gone in and gotten like everyone available. I don't know. This was not the first time I noticed a little shenanigans like this happening. And I was like, that is very interesting. I think they maybe got it from the park instead of
looks like it with that photo.
Instead of Disney store. But all right, so next one is a wonderful tote. The tote is the Disneyland 70th anniversary tote. Mickey Mouse canvas, very basic but very classic. $34.99 is the price that's currently on the Disney store. Katie, what do you think it is?
$45.
$45.
I have to guess faster than you guys because Clocky beat me to guessing last time. I don't like that.
So we got $34.99 as the real price. Would you say 45?
I said 45.
Okay.
If it was,
and then Roger said
30.
40. Okay. So going for
$67.99.
67. That's precise. I like it, Mike.
Fair. 60.
$60 for Chris. We're going up there. 60. We got $67.99. That's right. 69.
Nice.
We're just going up the 70. Do I hear 71 from Bailey? Like, I feel like that's the next one coming. I don't know. We'll wait for Bailey. I think that's everybody once we get Bailey, right? Bailey's like doing all of the calculations of like, we can go up this percentage.
$84.99.
Okay, $84.99. Interesting. You saw the comment before it popped up on the computer. So
yeah, it's because I'm in with the cool kids.
And then there we go. All right. So the actual eBay price for this canvas tote is $70 on the nose.
That was Vanessa.
Vanessa, you won. Well done. So we've got 1 and a 1.
Yeah.
1 point and 1 point. All right. The next one. This is classic, popular mini ears.
Okay.
They are way too small for me to see what the price is.
Oh, no.
$34.99 also.
$34.99. I'm gonna say 50.
$50 for Katie. Okay.
$50 for Katie.
$50 from Katie. And we'll see what else comes in.
What does Indy say?
He's asleep, or he's looking because he said his name. $45 from Clocky. So you said 50?
I said 50, yes.
He said 45.
I feel
Roger's
like too
coming
much.
in slightly above 48. Mike at 54.85. I like how precise. Like he's doing the cents. $50 also from Vanessa. So that would be a tie. What is Bailey gonna say? Let's see if it shows up again on your And Bailey is guessing. It's not popping up yet.
No. Bailey guessed faster.
Okay. She might have lag.
Maybe.
You never know.
I think Bailey 55. I think Bailey just is really like waiting, like wants to go into the gun type of thing.
Yeah. Okay. Be the last person on The Price is Right, where it's like, okay, I see what you're saying. All right. So the actual eBay price is $48. Is that what I'm reading right?
I'm trying to look.
Let me make it bigger.
$48.
$48, which means who had 45?
No, Roger had 48.
Roger
had 48 on the nose.
Wait, what was Mike though? Wasn't he 48.85?
No, he was 54.85.
Oh, 54.85. All right, Roger, you got a point now. So we got 3 people on the board.
Roger on the board.
No stress. This is all good. All right. So the next one's going to be the most popular thing sold from Disney Store this year and in the Disney parks. And that is the Vault Collection Disneyland 70th.
Oh, the Crocs.
Crocs.
How much are they?
The Crocs currently on Disney Store are going for $69.99. $69.99.
I'm gonna say $92. I have to get a guess in before other people do.
$92 for Katie.
You can talk now.
$69.99. We will see 110 from Chris. I like that guess. Without 85. I like that guess too, because it's
you just love the decimals.
I hope like some point that actually ends up being like a game breaker.
Changer.
Yeah. $90 from Roger, $98.55 from Clocky, and we'll go with 90 for Vanessa. Or actually, we'll go with 80 for Vanessa because that was Roger said 90. So, oh wait, we don't have Bailey.
Again, Bailey wants to collect all the data.
Okay. That's okay too though. $93.50. That's a way to play.
Can't see my face, but I'm making your face.
It's true. All right. The actual eBay price, we only have one more after this.
Okay.
Is $98.88, I think is what I see.
No way.
98.
Clocky said $98.55.
So Clocky is now on like 2 on the board.
Wow.
That's impressive.
Wow.
You came within pennies of going too high, Clocky, and that's
impressive.
That's
really
amazing. All right, so the next one is the final one. This actually is probably the most popular one if I were to make a guess. I think like I've had people text me when they've come back into the parks because they sold out so fast the first time.
Spicy.
Which might mean they reached their saturation point and they made too many. Who knows?
Maybe.
But it's the Walt and Mickey on the fire engine Funko Pop. It currently on Disney Store is $49.99.
I'm gonna say 65.
Katie's gonna say 65. I should note on the clogs also there were different sizes available also, and I was like, so do you run in after or like how does this work? Okay, so we got $79.99 from Chris, 85 from Roger. Wait, I thought I saw there it is. $79.99, 85. And what'd you say again?
65.
65.
Right? I said 65.
Another 85. 74.88 from Clocky. He's playing the game aggressively now.
He wants to win.
He's like, I have to defend my title. Mike says that 68.86. Okay.
68.86, 74.88, $75
75 on the nose from Bailey. So Clocky has a 12-cent window, basically.
Well, no, because that would have been over. Anyway, Bailey has a 12-cent window.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Well, they both do. No, she has a window. She has a $10 window. 75 to 85.
No, because if it goes over. Anyway, sorry. I don't know.
And the actual...
I'm confused.
It's okay. The actual eBay price for this Funko Pop with Walt and Mickey is $74.88.
Okay, I feel like Clocky was up to some shenanigans.
Is that exactly what he said?
Yes.
Clocky, did you look on eBay?
I don't feel too... Is Clocky the one that listed them?
Wait, are you selling this, Clocky?
Clocky, is that how you know the prices? I don't feel too good about this one, Chief.
Yeah,
no, Clocky, you 100%.
88 2 times in a row.
As Bailey said, Clocky's cheating.
I don't think Clocky's a cheater though. Clocky, you would fess up, right? I think we give it to him.
I mean, we're gonna give it to him.
We have no way.
We're gonna be watching.
He replied so fast.
He buys from eBay. Sure.
He buys from eBay.
Sure.
Did you buy this from eBay?
That's what they all say.
A
lot. Sure.
Is that the second time you've won this game too, Clocky? I feel like it is.
I
Congratulations, Clocky. Yes.
Mean, yeah, congrats, I guess.
It is 9:00 and Geeks Corner Plus. And he's at a game. How would he look? He's not even on a computer. You cannot jump back and forth that quickly. Anyway, thank you for playing. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Now it's time for
Comments!
Time for comments. If you have any questions or comments you'd like us to respond to, let us know in the
Chat
comments.
Sorry.
Like, hit that up. I did see one earlier in the show that was about, I think, Pixar, maybe. I'll get back there while I find it. As I do that, feel free to...
I have it in the also have the chat open.
Oh, good. You can watch.
I can watch for the new ones. If you guys want to ask questions.
What Disney movie made you cry the most?
Oh.
And Vanessa said Inside Out 2.
Cars 3. I'm not even kidding. Cars 3. Also Up.
What about Cars 3 over Toy Story 3?
You sat next to me in Cars 3.
Yeah, but
I didn't cry that much in Toy Story 3.
Okay, Clocky's saying Toy Story 2. I think that's very interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I just remember...
I would have to go with Mars Needs Moms. I cried through that entire thing because I couldn't walk away.
He thinks he's funny.
It was one of the worst shows I've ever seen.
Also, yeah, Up
is definitely
I remember
up there.
crying so hard that my 3D glasses got fogged up.
And actually, When Somebody Loved Me, that first time you see it was pretty powerful.
It's sad.
Yeah, I could see that one being it.
Ooh, Oliver and Company.
Also solid.
I could walk you through some Disney movies I won't watch. Fox and the Hound.
That one's sad.
I won't watch Bambi. I won't watch what was one Guardians 3 if we're counting that as a Disney movie. Those are ones that I just know that would be too sad for me.
They're good. They're very good. A Wild Robot. I never saw that one. I need to look that one up. I did see Clocky's comment that how about a Photonics. I did it wrong.
About that Photonics
trailer this week. So there is, if you're in our Patreon, there is a Photonics
Patreon.com/tapsmagic
intro on our Patreon. However, on Friday, I think what he means to say is our first I think you could call it an introduction to Photonics. You could call it a teaser trailer. It's kind of a long one. I think it's more of an introduction. It is our newest podcast that is a joint venture between Daps Magic and Sent from Disneyland. And it is Clocky and I looking at historical photos and basically geeking out about them and seeing what we observe, see what we find interesting, digging in about them. And it's kind of a unique and interesting approach to Disney history that you're not going to see anywhere else. And Clocky apparently just got some new photos for future episodes. We have already recorded the first 2 episodes. I know it's shocking. Plus the introduction. So that's kind of like 2.5 episodes.
Something like that.
Yeah. Because the introduction got longer than we planned on it because we were just geeking out. But favorite specialty churro, to go for another question in the comments.
Not in the US.
Oh, yeah. Definitely not.
The creme brulee churro at Tokyo Disney Sea's Food and Wine Festival.
I could eat those every day.
I'm not a big churro person at Disneyland because I don't really feel like paying $9 for a churro. I always hear that the Fluffernutter churro was like that girl though. Like that's
fine.
That's the one everybody talks about.
It's too sweet for me.
I couldn't tell you the last specialty churro I had at Disneyland.
I've had a few, but nothing beats that one at Disney Sea. The creme brulee churro is
that was so good,
amazing, fantastic. But yeah, let us know what your favorite churros are in the comments as well. Yep, Up is a very good one. I think we're running out of time, Katie. What should people do?
Well, first of all, you should go into the chat and tell us what your favorite churro is. You should also go to dapsmagic.com, check out all the Disney and geek news as it happens. Subscribe to our Patreon at patreon.com/dapsmagic and subscribe to our mailing list so you don't miss any of it. And it is a whole lot of fun, so you don't want to miss it.
That's right. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. We've got a ton of videos going up from Knott's from this summer, from Disneyland, all this stuff going on this summer, and Tokyo Disney. We've got a bunch of videos going up for as well, so you won't want to miss any of those. But that is all the time we have for you this week. So we will see you around the corner.
Bye.